Before we head to the finals, I have one more thing. In the semifinals, before the finals, we'll have a show match.
I'm gonna have to interrupt you though, because we got a present for you for your birthday. There you go.
It's Berge's birthday.
Oh,
We have a present for you for your great work.
guys, really?
The fantastic shirt here for Berge.
I didn't know about this. Oh man.
It's a birthday surprise.
Thank you,
made
guys.
it.
You can't complain.
Thank you.
Thank you. That great shirt.
Thank you so much, guys. It means a lot.
Moving on, what are we gonna have now, Berge?
We're gonna have a show match between you two.
Spanish Inquisition.
Yeah, exactly. And this is tied to an event that we're going to have tomorrow. So we have a new faction challenge coming tomorrow. It's going to be Nilfgaard versus Monsters. You're the monster guy.
I am. I'm a
Yeah.
monster.
Alba!
Yeah, so that's what's going to happen. And this will be casted by Merchant and McBeard. Sorry, I'm a little bit shaken up because I'm just fully shocked. Thank you guys. It means really a lot.
You deserve it.
All right, so yeah, let's head to it.
Alright, so we're just setting things up for the show match now. McBeard is just about to join me once again. Happy birthday to our beloved Mr. Berger, and enjoy the t-shirt, my friend. But McBeard is just getting plugged in as we get ready. Of course, Mogwai is going to be handling the Nilfgaardian Empire, whereas Panda will be attempting to crush him with monsters. Like Mr. Berger said, there is a faction battle beginning tomorrow, and it is going to be Nilfgaard versus monsters. This is going to be a little bit of an improved faction battle without any spoilers, but you guys are going to love this one. It's going to be fantastic. Lots of iteration. The team have been really listening. And it's going to be very, very exciting compared to the previous one. So very excited to kick that off. We're just getting things ready for this show match between these two titans of esports. Or one titan of esports and Mogwai. McBeard is finally almost plugged in.
Just getting clipped in here, my friends.
I really hope the camera doesn't go onto me right now because I'm having my makeup done.
What? There's no makeup here. It's all just, that's how good we look, right? That's how
McBeard,
good we look.
hello.
Hello, Merchant. Oh,
How
this is going to be
are
fun.
you, my friend?
Oh, I'm very well. Oh, I've been looking forward to casting this one with you because, you know, it's good. Like, I think back to Gwent Open 2 and how Tailbot went from an intense reverse sweep against Hannah-chan, and he had to sit right back down again and go up against Freddie Babes. He was still shaking from the whole thing, and now we actually have, you know, a little bit of break. Adzakov can collect himself and get ready for the matchup that is to come against Super JJ, and we get to entertain you all with essentially a nice little meme cast here against Panda versus Mogwai, just to promote the upcoming Nilfgaard versus Monster Challenge. So this is going to be fun. The players are just making sure that they have their decks ready to go here. They have planned ahead. They did plan this. We were hanging out with them earlier today.
We certainly were, yeah.
Wanted to make sure their decks were nice and fun.
Enforcing
right?
the meme picks.
Yeah, exactly.
As you may be able to guess, seeing as Mogwai just put Rock Slide into his deck.
Oh yeah, putting Rock Slide into the deck. I mean, there are some. Zarthitheus is going to make sure that he's basically meme-proof. Nope, bamboozle-proof, right? You get to see everything. Mogwai, I wonder, that's cheating, right, Mogwai?
Yeah, it certainly is. But to be fair, you know, this is the Emperor of Nilfgaard, Gwent Slam champion, or Gwent Together champion, more accurately. MegaMogwai versus washed-up caster ImpetuousPanda. So, you know, Mogwai's got the advantage anyway. So these decks are going to be pretty spicy. I'm loving the sort of Yennefer Enchantress spell Nilfgaard that actually low-key is pretty good.
I love this deck, actually.
It's
I've been known
pretty
to play
good.
this deck, Sentry and Slave Infantry. It's really good. I mean, if you're looking for a fun deck that's going to get you up to 4K easily,
Mogwai
like it's
BMing even in the deck names. This is beautiful.
Screw Panda 1.
I'm looking forward to Screw Panda 2.
Oh yeah, the sequels are always better, right? Especially when it comes to video games. Maybe not so much movies, but video game sequels
What are
usually
you
do
talking about? The
deliver.
Witcher 1 is the best Witcher game, thank you very much.
Oh, in all seriousness, Witcher 2 is... Oh, well, they've only gotten better and better, I think. I'm a Witcher 2 fanboy, I think, deep down inside, but...
Well, yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
However, it looks like Mogwai's going to be making a Usurper deck as well with the infamous Regis Letho combo. Panda, not really understanding what a meme is, he's making a Ciri Nova deck.
He's making a fairly good one, too. What is this
Well,
it's only Moonlight, though. No Frost.
Werecats, Lesser Demons. We see some pretty spicy stuff in there, so I'll let him off with the Ciri Nova. But Of course, Panda not quite understanding the meaning of fun because he's not actually a human. Panda is largely machinery.
It's true. It's true. I mean, you're saying that he's a washed-up caster. It's not true. I mean, I think that he's more of a washed-up player, which is why he's a caster.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's a washed-up human being,
players.
really.
Yeah,
He's just a mess.
He's just a mess. I mean, he is part machine and part panda, of course. Get PETA half-dialed as well because pandas are an endangered species. Mogwai may be inflicting some abuse on this poor panda.
Oh my goodness, you're right. Zarthisius, however, and Rockslide, of course, two of the most prominent cards this meta, going up against cards such as Arcaspore and the Roly-Poly Barbragazi. So we are going to see some pretty wild mechanics at play here. I love the Rockslide art. I never get to see it in game. It's awesome. I love the premium for that.
Yeah, I mean, you get to see it maybe every now and then if you want to run another very popular card like Aguara.
Of course.
Acquire 2/4 might get you Rockslide here and there. But it's interesting. I mean, what's on the line here, really, outside of pride? I think that, I think the chat's going to have to make sure that they get a good meme ranking. I mean, if one player wins, it's one thing, but did they meme hard enough is really the other thing.
I think the pride can't be understated here, though, because after this tournament, we're all very well behaved, so obviously we'll go out for like a shandy in bed by 9:30.
Of course, yeah.
For that shandy, there will be a lot of teasing based on the result of this match. Mogwai just looking...
Yeah, Mogwai's just...
I don't even know what that expression is. He's looking very Mogwai.
I think he's just disgusted with the fact that he even has to play against Panda. It's like I have to do this. I have to sit here and just slowly destroy Panda. I mean, and just sit here and know that he's just getting ripped on constantly by the both of us.
He definitely just put Siri Nova at the bottom of Panda's deck.
Oh yes, he did. That's what. Yeah, maybe that's what he was just disgusted by the fact that. Well, no, hold on a second. Siri Nova is in Panda's hand.
It is.
That is impossible.
It is.
That
My
is an
goodness, Panda actually
impossible
managed
thing.
to draw it. I think that's why he was confused. He was looking for the Siri Nova.
Yeah.
Bet this'll come as a surprise.
Immediately override the Moonlight.
Yeah, you're gonna try to moonlight me? Not today.
Alright, so both players settling into this match. They will be playing harder than they've ever played in their lives, because while this may be fun and games for McBeard and I, this is a matter of life and death for these casters. However, I'm liking Mogwai's deck. I love Slave Infantry. I'm very excited to see that played. Technically, this counts as it being played in or at a tournament is more accurate.
I mean, honestly, like, Slave Infantry and Sentry is, like, we were talking about it earlier. You say, like, it's kind of like the way you viewed Full Test in a previous patch. Like, it's a really great deck just to, like, push and go for, like, that early climb. If you want to get there around, like, 4,000 MMR, it's going to be a fun deck that's going to get you there.
Yeah, Gachi Nilfgaard, when you're just spamming the slaves, is such a satisfying deck to play.
It's awesome.
Just fight for the Emperor and you might be free. And lots of whip noises. It's great. How the Arcaspore comes down. My goodness.
Sentries with the Slave Infantry, they start at 14 points, they go up to 26, and even higher than that if you're able to res more and more of the Slave Infantry, because they keep copying themselves if you bring them back. If you kill one, you bring them back. Now there's 5 on the board. There's actually a lot of point potential in the Sentry Slave Infantry combo, which is it's kind of its own core deck. And one of the reasons why I think Nilfgaard is in such a great place is that there's a lot of viable archetypes, but even the underplayed stuff actually still has a lot of strength if it all goes your way.
Yeah, and Panda really just showing why he is truly considered a lower mid-tier player. Using the Barbragazi to eat Siri Nova to synergize with it. Absolute, solid 80 IQ plays coming out from Panda here. This is really impressive for him.
Yeah, Siri Dash going right back into the deck. Zarthithius isn't going to be a problem anymore because he's already seen it. Is he going to go for the infantry spam? You can't have too many slaves, right?
You can't have too many slaves, that's true. You would make a good slave.
Oh,
so.
yeah. Now, those Aridin voice lines,
they're amazing.
It's too bad that
He's the BM meta. He's the BM meta.
Oh, yeah, it's for sure. I mean, it's nice to say things are going to get spicy with Zoltan, and it's good. I think that those emotes are a lot of fun. Like, a lot of the players that got to rank 10, like, a lot of people got Zoltan, but Aridin, really, especially if you're playing a deck like this, just extra BM. I don't think the accounts that we have here for the LAN have.
No, they all have girls.
They're all Geralt, yeah. You can
Don't
see
worry,
it right
we'll
there.
fix the BM meta for future tournaments. We'll make sure that players can truly be obnoxious to each other. However, this is setting up already a lot of tempo with these sentries. I mean, Soldier Nilfgaard is one of those, it's a bit like Deathwish. It's one of those archetypes where, like, it's almost there. It's actually got some really powerful plays, and you're going to be seeing some of them come out pretty soon.
It's true. That Rockslide looking, what is the Rockslide's top end is 20, is that right?
Yeah, it's 2 to 10, yeah.
It's not bad. It's not bad for a silver, 20 points if you can get it to work.
But the card is bad for us.
The card, unfortunately, is
Life Coach, Tunnel Vision.
Channeling his inner life coach here.
Here we go. Vilgefortz, of course, very good in Soldier Nilfgaard, working wonderfully with those Vicavaro novices. Mogwai being his usual self and roping until the last second in true Spanish fashion.
Ignoring his chat in the process.
He is actually he's actually going to rope. Oh, he burns a slave. Interesting. Cutting value from those, cutting value from the sentries and not allowing himself to res with the ointment. Kind of an interesting choice. But he can actually res the. Well,
oh yeah, no, he can res them and create even more.
Accidentally doomed, so he can res it with the ointment.
It's true. There was that little hotfix.
For hotfixes.
There was that little hotfix like intermission where this deck was unplayable because the slave infantry disappeared. That was fixed, in a hot way. And now, they're back, and now Mogwai is trying to spam as many as possible here. the mega Siri dash. I mean, if he's able to thin his deck and draw into it, it's going to be potentially even bigger than Siri Nova.
Yeah, I mean that is a pretty fierce Siri dash right now. That and Siri Nova right now would be 45. Well, actually no, it would be even more because Siri dash would buff up.
Yeah,
it would be like 48 points, which would be really, really awesome. So if he can sort of keep that dash tempo going somehow, it would be really fantastic for him. However, surely we start seeing sentries. No, rest the other slave infantry, Mogwai. More slaves.
You can do better. Oh,
no.
Well, the thing is, I mean, you could play the sentries in this round, but they are also valuable. At least 1 or 2 in round 3 can seal the deal. I mean, Mogwai's got a pretty sizable lead here.
Yeah, passing is weakness though, and we're going to see Siri dash immediately punish that. However, of course, that does cut Panda off from having it later on in the game. So he's going to be reliant on that, sorry, not Siri Nova to take it. He's going to be reliant on that Siri dash coming back out to win him the game.
A night of too many series. Panda very serious.
Oh, Lesser Demons, fantastic card, and a Moonlight.
So Mogwai's actually got, although he's not in the driver's seat here, he's got a very powerful round in there. Because
so he's drawn a second leader. He's drawn Vreemed, which is really, really powerful. Of course, Vreemed, brand new to the game, added as a Nilfgaardian leader. He can create a Nilfgaardian soldier, which in this deck is very, very good because he can do all sorts of lovely things like spawning extra sentries for you.
It's true, yeah. Being able to pull an extra sentry. Oh, he got that. There it is. 23 points Siri dash at this point.
Smiling
Lesser
to himself.
Demons grabbing it.
Yeah, that's a great draw. Look at that, 23-point Siri Dash. These Siri Dash game players, all memes aside, legitimately a treat. That card is awesome, very missed in the meta.
In Monsters, no less. I mean,
yeah,
discard Skellige can do some things because you're discarding Siri a lot of the time, but doing it in Monsters, that takes some style. I mean, of course, yeah, these players are playing for the right to not get continuously ripped into us by like this.
I mean, it's not working. We're doing it anyway.
We're gonna do it anyway, yeah. I mean, like we're offering maybe like some joke immunity, maybe for the rest of the evening. Maybe.
Half an hour.
Half an hour.
I'll give him half an hour.
Half an hour of joke immunity, which is good for either of these
if
guys.
Panda wins 5 minutes. I don't want to threaten a knife that hard. It's just going to be... Ugh.
It's true, yeah. I mean...
However, this is going to be a really interesting match as it plays out. That Siri Dash is huge, but... Mogwai's tempo, if he manages to get away with a short round here and he can keep these ointments, keep these sentries into round 3, that's actually going to be a ton of tempo.
I mean, it's true. Like, he could get burned all the way down to 2 cards in this situation, which is not what you want. I mean, even if those 2 cards are, you know, an ointment into a novice, perhaps into another ointment if it's available, into the more slave infantry. But if Mogwai is able just to keep the lead here, Panda might just want to get out of here. He's not going to play Siri Dash necessarily. As the Werecat, yes, another new card.
Yeah, new card.
The Werecat comes down. No Blood Moon on the field.
Although, theoretically, against this deck, Werecat would be good if you had Blood Moon, but there is no Blood Moon. One of the main problems with the Moonlight archetype, you can't play both, which kind of makes only half the cards playable.
Well, yeah, I mean, you play Moonlight maybe on the Eridan side, you maybe play Blood Moon on a different leader's side, but in this case it's Erica's Queen, which is an interesting choice, considering this is not a traditional consume deck by any stretch of the
I think it's to trigger the Death Wishes, right?
Oh yeah, it must be.
But it's, yeah, it's a little bit of a strange one.
I mean, we don't have the deck lists in front of us because these were made on the fly.
Yeah, I think no deck list in the world would help me make...
Oh, what? He went ahead and he chose...
Did he click the wrong one?
The heel. Oh, man. Oh, Panda.
The clapper
with the
from
easy
Panda.
clap.
Amazing.
Oh, boy. That puts Panda in a little bit of a better position right here.
I mean, reading's never been Miguel's forte, but that was a horrendous misclick.
Getting the Harpy out and getting the Death Wish proc on Archospore.
Come on, Panda, you can do it. Not Panda. No, Mogwai, you can do it. You click the one that says Resurrect a Bronze Unit with 5 power or less. Let's go.
I mean, the cards look the same.
They do.
Maybe we
that's
can give him
true.
the benefit of the doubt.
There you go. That one. Click that one.
That's
There
the
we
one you
go.
And now he'll be able to get, if he picks the Novice, I think he has another ointment in his deck that he can play to get the Slave Infantry out, get an extra 2 points here. He's just thinking about it. Did he put 3 ointments in the deck or
I don't
not?
know. I would imagine so. If he's running Novices, he's likely got 3 in. However,
Maybe he doesn't want to take the chance. Maybe
he doesn't want to take the chance. And also, Slave Infantry, it kind of, you know, it's kind of pretty good. It's kind of enough, you know, it's going to get him a reasonable sentry play.
Yeah, he does have the 2 sentries. He's not, it seems like he's just not sure
I think
if
he's
he has
trying to
that
remember.
3rd ointment or not.
He just self-bamboozled with the heal.
He's not going to
so-
take the chance here. And his sentry's now 18 points.
The sentries are 18 points, yes.
Is that right? It
Yeah,
is.
yeah, it's 18 points. 5 slaves.
So that'll get him there, of course. I mean, a sentry with nothing on the board would do it.
I mean, he could also just Vanamar overdose, right?
I think Mogwai may have also been considering the fact that he's using potentially his last available opportunity to get Slave Infantry on the board, which means that those sentries
Yeah.
aren't going to be that great in round 3.
And that's the thing, if he spawned the Novice and did the Ointment, it would be, yeah, literally the last source of getting them. So he wants to draw that Ointment really for round 3, so those sentries actually have some sort of value.
Yeah. I mean, one of the great things about playing a sentry in a sentry Slave Infantry deck is that it is actually a very efficient deck, very thin. You do get to see a lot of the cards. He wants to get that premium draw. Petru's Filter is not it.
No,
That is
Petrifies
not
Pepsi is not the card he wants to see, but there's the
Petrifies
Ointment.
Pepsi.
And that is going to be pulling out.
This is actually good. He's
Slave
going to get the
Infantry.
Slave
Yeah, it's good.
Infantry double sentry. I mean,
Yeah,
it could be
14
worse.
value on those sentries, you know, it's pretty decent. It's a total of what, like 37 points? So Giant Toad, well, gonna be very close this one. All depends on what that Toad pulled.
That was a Werecat, I think. It's
If it was
hard
a
to
workout,
see.
he loses.
It's hard to
right?
see.
Oh, it's
I think that
it's a
Siri
Barbara
Dashin.
Ghazi, right? It's a Barbara Ghazi.
No Moonlight for the Werewolf means the Werewolf is just 7 points.
Oh, it's 42 though. He's got it. Panda's got it based on my maths. It's probably wrong though. But I think it'll be, yeah, he's got it.
Mogwai's hoping. He's hoping.
Yeah, 37 to 42.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Boom,
Mogwai.
boom, the Siri
Oh,
dash
the
comes
shame
down.
cuts deep. It burns.
the Ointment misclick.
It was the Ointment misclick. Mogwai digging his own grave here. Panda poised to
Amazing.
defeat Mogwai in the Spanish Inquisition best of 3 as Dandelion doing a little bit of magic for us. He's lit the cameras on fire. The studio is
Dandelion
burning down.
apparently a sorceress as well, so...
We are all in grave danger.
Well, too, people have let Panda play. We're all in grave danger. So,
How did this happen?
Mogwai punching the table. I don't know what's going on those PCs, but apparently he's not happy with it.
It's okay. He's going to get there. He's going to get there. Dandelion consoling, giving... giving Mogwai a stomach to cry on.
Stomach to cry.
I don't know what to say about that one.
Gonna be going into the second game as Panda seeks
Oh,
to
he
take
gives a
away.
tissue. Oh.
Seeks to take away this best of 3. He is 1 up right now. He's got 1 more to win. Mogwai having to pull out 2 wins in a row, which it might happen. Stranger things and all that.
It's good. I mean, Adzikov gets a little bit extra time to put his feet up in this case, as Mogwai needs to mount the reverse best of 3 sweep.
Panda
against
is playing
Panda.
directly into the meta with Goliath. New
Yeah,
card.
Panda now it feels like he can open up the he can stimulate the meme muscles here because he's got the win under his belt. Maybe he can maybe play some more. Yeah, Goliath, very underplayed card. Even in the climbing after the season refreshed, I still haven't seen like that. Card.
I've seen 1 Goliath in a game. It's fun actually. I was talking to Panda we were playing Gwent the other day.
Yeah.
And he'd never seen Vandergrift's Blade. And I'd never seen Goliath.
Yeah, well, I haven't
like,
seen
oh.
either card in a game.
I played Vandergrift's Blade at the beginning of the season because it banishes.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Chop down some Morkvargs here and there.
Yeah, exactly. It's terrible. Don't do it. But
I mean, it's a little on the low side. It's like a Silver Alzur's Thunder in most cases, but the banishment does have value. It does have value, but does it have silver value? I mean, it's an interesting addition. But then again, there is an option. There is the other option.
yeah,
of
there's
course,
the other option.
to pull a card from your deck. So you use it. I mean, it maybe could be a meta choice in the future. I mean, we don't know what cards that kind of come out. You kind of
Well,
future
it's like
proof
Shadow,
yourself.
right? Shadow was released and everybody said, who would ever play that? And now,
Now
look
look
at
at
all
it.
the meta consume decks.
However,
However, the Yen Enchantress deck that looks to be coming out from Mogwai is looking pretty spicy. I'm a big fan of Yen Enchantress, awesome card added to the game that's seeing a little bit of use in a sort of sleeper sense. It's kind of an interesting one.
It's kind of like it's sort of like a poor man's or a Nilfgaardian's kind of Ethna situation where you do get that double, you get the double spell. You do need to set it up a little bit more. Maybe a thinking man's Nilfgaardian Ethna type situation. I don't know how else you would look at it, but the fact that you can get the double spell here, what are they're just making sure they're all coordinated here. Got a Q in at the exact same time.
Look at
I
the
think they
sheer
are regulating the
disdain
coin
on
flip
Panda's
even for
face.
this.
He's
He's
disgusted
like, why
with
have
his
you put me in
opponent.
this situation?
They're queuing up, trying to get into a game. Unfortunately, neither of these players have particularly played the game before, so they don't really understand how to get into a game against each other. That's Mogwai saying me want to play against him.
Yeah, they're trying to communicate here because if they take off their headphones, they are immediately disqualified and flogged immediately because that's just,
Back in line!
back in line. I mean, those headphones are powerful. I mean,
They are, yeah. If you want a fun Gwent Open fact, if you'd like to know what's actually played through those headphones, it is the sound of a roaring fire extremely loudly, and then you've got in-ear headphones with game sound
yeah.
as a noise cancellation. There you go, fun behind-the-scenes info from Gwent Open, as
Yeah.
we're definitely not stalling while technical issues are resolved.
No technical issues.
No, we've
whatsoever.
never stalled ever.
No, not at all. But, Dandelion and Mogwai gazing longingly into
Yeah, I
each
want to
other's
find
eyes.
myself someone who looks at me the way that Mogwai looks at Dandelion.
And the way Panda looks at Berja.
No, there's no emotion there. Look at him. Cold robot.
Cold dead eyes of Panda. Never loved anyone
Dead
in his life.
inside and outside.
What memery are we going to see in this game 2
Well,
of the Showmatch?
I saw a Drauga and a Triss Butterfly spell.
Oh, nice.
Which
nice choice.
is
nice
one of the
choice.
most frustrating two-card combos in the game. It's insanity.
Yeah, because whatever plans you had to win the game, you have
he
to then
draws
navigate
all
that.
four
Oh,
golds,
nice
my
hand.
God.
Nice hand, Panda.
I mean, horrible on the Foglet and the Harpy, but like all 4 golds, that's absolute insanity in Panda's hand. Although, the Zarthisius is just not going to find a target. He's got all of them. There you
true.
go.
I
1,
mean,
2, 3, 4 coming up.
Mogwai's going to get... Zarzetti is going to deliver the bad news to Mogwai, basically. It's like...
Yeah, he's going to tell him straight
yeah,
away.
it's like...
Oh, it's going to be
I got
beautiful.
bad news for you. I got good news and bad news. The good news is... Well, the bad news is... the good news is I'm a 13-point gold. Which is not good news at all.
All right, so we're going to see him open up with Arrakis Behemoths. Of course, there is going to be a large amount of swarming going on and all sorts of fun buff stuff. However, boom, Owls of Thunder, no Behemoth for you.
Good old Aeromancer, previously an Aeromancy, now an Aeromancer. He owns the Aeromancy
Legally
company.
recognized as a human being.
Legally,
he is now an Aeromancer.
legally recognized.
Lovely original monster soundtrack as well. Gotta love that yelling in your ear. Zarthisius comes out. He sees the Goliath. Big boy
Mogwai's
target.
reaction here
Don't
is
put
gonna-
it at the bottom. We want to see it played. Mogwai, if you click that, I swear to God.
Oh yeah, you want to see Goliath for sure, because he knows how good Panda's hand is at this point.
Yeah, he knows he's got all 4 golds. He's probably going to put Monster's Nest or Commander's Horn at the bottom of the deck, because those are 2 very, very powerful silver cards, especially if he's recognizing Swarm gameplay. Of course, Commander's Horn is extraordinarily easy to set up with cards such as Woodland Spirit, and I believe he'll have put the Commander's Horn at the bottom. We have no way of checking that, but I think it was that. So there you go, that's an immediate Commander's Horn setup, which is why that's such a good target for Zarthisius. However, Vanamar might be coming out to deal with some of this Swarm.
You know, weather is actually, as much as I love the Slave Infantry and Sentry combo, the weather really does mess with it. Vanamar is going to be crucial in giving Mogwai a chance here, but given Panda's hand, and given the potential that Panda has in all of the rounds here, especially with Yennefer in this round, the Harpy still coming out, the Swarm potential from the Arrakis Behemoth, and then he has the closer of Triss Butterfly spell and Draug, which should be able to fill a row up. I gotta say that Panda probably looks favored in this here. Potentially sweeping Mogwai in this best of 3.
2-0. Yeah, we see a filter coming out and boosting for 6 targets, the old immune boost, full moon, dose potion filter.
A potion by many names, of course.
Rebranded many times.
People weren't really buying it. It's actually interesting if you were to realistically run a deck that was maybe a little bit more optimized. Peachy's filter is actually pretty good if you're comparing it against Mahakamail, because if you're running Yennefer Enchantress and Scorch, it keeps your units low while still giving you the same boost value that a Mahakamail might give you. So keeping things sweet and low, making sure that you're protected against your own Scorches is
Yeah, it's
is
an interesting
favorable.
trade-off. It does require more targets on the
Yep.
board. Of course, Mahakamail only requiring one
Nice.
in each row. But yeah, it's a decent little card. Rock Slide is actually really good here.
It's good, but it might hit the eggs. It might hit the. It doesn't lose too much value. Mogwai is very impressed with himself.
The funny thing is here as well, the swarming nature of a Slave Nilfgaard really makes Yen tricky to hit for huge value, although Mogwai isn't actually swarming the board too much
Panda
right now.
loses an egg on the full row.
Row limits, ladies and gentlemen.
It happens to the best of us.
And it happens to the worst
And
of
the
us.
worst of us, like
like Panda.
Panda.
Close up with that
He'll-
cold, emotionless face.
Mogwai future-proofing a little bit, making this a little bit easier for him to get through. I mean, he had to play the egg there for the Vran to
Oh,
eat
the
it.
Foglet's still there.
The Foglet is it?
Yeah, he just thought the Foglet would clear.
The Foglet is there. How interesting.
Interesting.
Not much to say about that.
Yes. That Foglet is a special Foglet because he hates Panda so much that he's staying on the board regardless of the presence of fog.
You know, that Foglet stands up for what he believes in. Believes that a world can be harmonious with or without fog. Believes in weather equality.
Alright, so is Mogwai finally going to start swarming the board? Yennefer right now is a huge point swing in Panda's favour, especially if he plays that Ifrit first.
Ifrit. What happened to Ifrit? What happened to Ifrit? Ifrit used to be... I mean, it's interesting. Ifrit used to be around in decks that ran Triss Butterfly Spell before, so it makes a lot of sense.
It's just
that it would
like,
be here
yeah,
now.
it's like fundamentally low statted now too, right?
It's
It's
true.
kind of like
Left
a left
behind.
behind card a little bit, but there's a lot of those. Hopefully they get addressed. I'm sure they will.
Yeah, we do know that some balancing is going to be coming at the beginning of February.
Yeah.
Triss Butterfly Spell. Damn.
Look at the face.
Yeah, I mean, there's no limit. Triss is back. No limits on Triss right here. Is Panda's going for the 2-0, no less. Yennefer is going to be pretty
he is. He's just
devastating
going to
here.
drag it to Yen.
When I say 2-0 in round one, I mean...
He's gonna win
Not-
round one so hard it 2-0s him.
I mean, this is Panda playing. I'm phoning it in a little bit. Somehow 2-0ing in round one. Only Panda is capable of such a feat.
Exactly. This is where you pass.
It's interesting. I would think that Triss Butterfly and Draug would be going for the winning round, but also Draug and Yennefer is fair as well. Because you are going to get a lot of value out of that if you're able to play that in a short round.
Alright, there's the pass coming in from MegaMogwai, the Spaniard.
Panda's in a great spot.
And
here.
Panda, the fake Spaniard, who is definitely Swedish or something, heads into round two. One card down, but many points up. That's so much swarm. That's disgusting.
Oh man, yeah, he's going to be able to play Draug, Germain. He might just throw the Vran. No, he's just going to go ahead and pass.
Yeah, of course.
Get the card back a little bit here. Petrifies Pepsi. A quick drink here from the novice.
2-point value. Boomba. And there we go.
Boomba. Rest in peace, Boomba.
I know, right? It's just a little swoosh now.
We'll always
Oh,
have Boomba.
Goliath. Incredible card. Exactly what you see in round three. 17-point play when going unanswered.
And
at
there's
the end.
there's no real pings either, right? Like it's possible.
That face when that's unironically good. But yeah, we'll see Goliath coming down as the final card, I imagine.
Panda very pleased with his hand, and I think he should be. Mogwai trying to make something happen.
Had to
here.
right-click in Goliath just to see how it works.
What does he do again?
For those of you who've never seen Goliath, by the way, he boosts himself by 7, but anytime he takes damage, he also takes 2 additional points of damage. So it is a terrible card, but if played as the final card of the game, it is actually just a 17-point drop. So it's not horrible.
Yeah, I mean,
as the last card of the game.
Yeah, on the scale of how good a silver can be, he's up there.
Honestly, on the scale of bad cards, he's not as bad cards.
Yeah, there are worse.
There are
far
worse cards in the game than Goliath,
especially in the Monsters collection. So Goliath at least can be used as a closer in some way.
Miguel gearing up for the Sentry. Got Kahir too for the Calvite.
I mean, if he's able to get if he gets the sentries out here, at least he's challenging the swarm. He's challenging the swarm here a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, he's keeping up for now with the Yen. Of course, Draug is going to fill a row.
Oh, this Scorch though.
New card!
The Scorch isn't
Yeah,
that
20-point
bad.
Scorch,
20-point
pretty nice.
Scorch.
Yeah, he's got to take this, right?
I think you have to take this. I mean, Goliath makes
Goliath
it worse.
would be less, yeah.
Yeah, Goliath blocks it. Plus, it keeps the units like almost like it keeps the units pretty close.
Okay, the Scorch is going to come out from Mogwai here. It must do. He can't resist this.
Oh no! I mean, you're not going to get a better Scorch than this. No way. And there's no real hurry either. I mean, the sentries being played later is fine. We're going to see what K here is going to get when Calva takes a peek at the deck.
There we go. 20-point Scorch.
Panda giving a little nod of respect there, a little spicy.
The Vran here is so confusing because he doesn't want to diminish units on the board. There's the Yen. Only putting him 7 points ahead, though. Mogwai's looking pretty good.
Close. Now, is there a is Calvert looking at a sentry?
If Calvert
perhaps?
pulls the sentry, I
This
think
might
Miguel's
be
got
we
it.
might be going to game 3, perhaps.
Because I'm sure that everybody cannot wait for a third game in this riveting series.
Oh, he's going to go for Villager Forts into the sentry here. I mean, he has the sentry in his hand, so he gets the extra 3 slave infantry. This is fine. This is fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
He gets the burn K here. It's a pretty huge play. Don't think Panda has the strength here.
No, Panda doesn't have the strength. I think Mogwai's got this one. I mean, Goliath is 17 points, Vran's 6, so 23. Nah, Mogwai's got this 100%.
Oh,
Says bring it. He knows.
Come
he
at
knows.
me, bro. Come at me, Panda.
Is that going to bring a harpy out?
Ah!
Nope.
I think all the harpies did come
Yep.
out. Mogwai.
Turbo dab coming in from Mogwai. Dabbing on them haters.
Little Craigasm there for Mogwai as we're going to go into game 3. Lots on the line, lots
Remember,
of Spanish
this
pride.
is for a spot in the finals versus Super JJ, and the winner of this will be playing at Challenger. Wait, hang on, that's the wrong part of the script. Never mind.
JJ was just happy to go to Challenger. I think he's left. I think he left. I think this is actually to go against Advikov. He's just like, it's fine, it's fine. I'm just going to go. You can't target consume anyway, so
Yeah,
might as well
exactly.
just, might as well just go
lads.
home, get a little extra sleep.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, a little preview. A little preview.
For those of you quick of reading, that was a preview of the upcoming final, which is, of course, Super JJ versus Advikov. This show match is to commemorate the faction battle beginning tomorrow. If you've just joined us, there will be a Nilfgaard versus Monsters faction battle with all sorts of revamped rewards, and it's going to be awesome, trust me. I had a look at it, there's so many improvements. They really listen to people's feedback on it. It's going to be great. I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah, it's great that they have like ongoing events here just to keep things fresh, especially when you put Nilfgaard and monsters against each other. It means that there's going to be a little bit less Scoia'tael, I think, on the ladder. Just a little bit.
For sure.
A
whole lot
percentage
more
less.
consume.
A whole lot more consume, which means that, you know, get your techs ready.
Get your spheres out, lads.
Yeah.
It's going to be good.
Do your best JJ cosplay and tech against consume.
Yeah. So, we see a little bit of deck building going on here. Fragilla Vigo, Regis, and Letho firmly placing Mogwai's deck in the realms of meme, especially Usurper.
Now, the temptation to meme as well as actually making a deck that can win here. How do you walk the line when so much is at stake?
Has Mogwai realized he has 5 silvers?
Oh, I think he should go into it with 5 silvers. Yeah. I think that,
That's the new meta.
I think that would be the strong thing to do. He's going for a Nilfgaard Soldier Nova.
Of course, Mogwai's struggling as on these tournament PCs, you cannot open an internet browser to open Gwent TV, so Mogwai's brain going in overload mode right now.
How do you build a deck?
How?
How does it work?
I'm confused. Oh, has he noticed? Yes,
I
there
know.
we go, Mogwai. Go on, son. There we go.
What was that final silver? We didn't get the chance to see it. I think
it
might
was
have
the
been
Guardian. I
Did
think
he
you put the
actually click
Guardian
it?
in.
Yeah, okay. It's going to be hard to shift it from this mode to serious mode when we actually do get into the finals of Gwent Open number 3. Find out who is going to take home that extra $4,000 prize
Mogwai,
pool.
keep it at PG. Good lad. All right.
I haven't even been looking at the names there.
This was Fudge You Panda.
Fudge you.
And Panda has no emotion, so he's going up against Arrakis Queen deck number 10.
Number 10.
He doesn't name his decks. Panda never names his decks. It drives me mad.
Oh, ever? Like for
Yeah, like
anything?
every single one of his decks is just like brand deck number 8. Like, it's the worst.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Panda's criminally unfunny.
Yeah.
He's an absolute bore to hang out with.
Soulless.
But it's funny, he is the foil to Mogwai, though. Mogwai is
Yeah.
just a meme machine.
I
can't
left my
stop.
bag in his room last night and I had to go get it at like 3 in the morning. And I opened his door and he was just standing there in the dark, not doing anything.
Standing in the corner.
It was weird.
Like a prisoner home from, just finally
Yeah.
coming home
He
from
didn't
a
even
long
react.
sentence.
I walked straight past him and he didn't even blink. It was weird. I'm not sure about that guy, if I'm honest.
Oh, God. Just you're creeping slowly back to the door.
Yeah, I was terrified. Broke into a cold sweat.
Oh boy, who's gonna take this? Who's gonna take this battle? I mean, we had a chance. We got Nova soldiers versus. I'm not really sure. It doesn't look like Panda made too many changes here.
Yeah, it looks like Panda's rolling with the same deck. Because, well, he's won with his first one, and we are technically playing Conquest here, so he's got to win with this deck too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're going to see the might of this deck when it doesn't start with all 4 golds in its hand. We see our boy Regis immediately in the hand of MegaMogwai. However, no Letho, which is a pretty integral part of that Regis combo.
I mean, there are buffs to steal, but it's not quite as good as doing the Letho Regis combo. Which, you know, it's out there. It's out there. It's not the worst thing in the world. It does take setup. It does take 2 golds to be set up. I mean, that is the major limitation.
It's expensive, yeah, but it's it can work. It's pretty fun. The question is, in a swarm deck where everything's going to be kind of smaller units, is there going to be big enough targets to get real value from it? I have no idea why we're analyzing this seriously.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say, that's the $1 million question when there's no money on the line at all.
That is the $0 question.
Panda not be able to pull it through there with the 4 gold hand.
Yeah. Especially
Mogwai
like
with the
Draugr
superior
and
sword.
Trisput.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
it's going to be rough.
just putting some of the best cards in the game right into the deck. Of course. Man, Triss Butterfly Spell used to be a
Gold
triggering
Immunity,
card,
man.
though. Used to be really good.
Yeah, Gold Immunity. It was an incredible card. Kaliak probably coming down.
No player wanted to put Yennefer Conjure in the deck, though. Very disappointing.
Yeah, it's because Triss Butterfly is proactive, so you can set it up yourself, whereas Yen Conjure was reliant on your opponent.
Yeah, I mean, she triggers a turn end, so it's not even really that bad.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah, the
have-
turn end change was so nice. Remarkably reasonable Nilfgaard play coming out from Mogwai so far.
As he is a reasonable Nilfgaard player,
He is a reasonable
we'll give
Nilfgaard
him that much. He has played a couple of Nilfgaard games in his time.
He has played a few. There's an emissary. Gonna set up a brigade.
Mogwai putting too many good cards in this deck. In my
Mogwai
opinion.
quickly running out of non-memes to play.
It's true. It's true. I mean, we were
That's an assassin
talking about
target.
no. Oh man, we were talking about like about how weird you can make some of the decks right now. Like Nilfgaard has so many cards that are I'd say underplayed that are still fairly decent, whereas Monsters has a lot of underplayed cards that aren't fairly decent. Like,
Yeah.
and as far as like fun, crazy cards are concerned, like where Nilfgaard has stuff like Slave Driver, which is actually competitive, especially when you look at a lot of the decks on the ladder get a lot of use out of Slave Driver. Whereas Monsters doesn't really have a card like that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
no,
for sure.
no Elven Scout, no Slave Driver type.
Celebandrel actually offering a decoy for the Kelak here. Pretty decent. There we go. Decoy Kelak. Comes down. What's he going to get? He's going to roll an emissary.
I cast myself
A little
upon my
casino
destiny.
guard here.
A shame.
Oh, this is an enforcer to ping down the Behemoth. However, he's probably not going to manage to do that before a Consume comes out, presumably through Reconnaissance into a Vran,
Because
which will bring the Arrakis out.
that Behemoth is just out of reach here.
Yeah, so he needs to just give it a bop on the nose and then assassin it. Or just kill the X, that works too, and then ping it down. Lovely. Retroactive firing, pretty good. Oh, really going for it, okay. Oh, I guess he can just drop the other one and kill it that way. He doesn't spend an assassin
will
on it, I
get
guess.
He makes the Consume play a little less appealing as well. Stops the eggs. No breakfast buffet this time around.
No. Panda running out of options here. Goliath, probably the worst card in the world against Imperial forces.
Basically would just melt,
Yeah.
evaporate that card. It's as if there's an extra Enforcer on the board in that situation.
Yeah, that is absolutely crazy. There's the Arrakis out, so the board state is pretty good for Panda, you know. He's got like a reasonable Yennefer.
I mean, with the attrition of the fog here, plus, you know, you got a lot of value out of the fog, and he's able to, like, Yennefer is just dominant right here. Absolutely dominant. You can just Yennefer pass, I think, and be comfortably ahead by about 200-300 points.
200 to 300.
Give
Yeah,
or
I imagine
take.
somewhere in that region.
Give or take.
Yeah, so it looks like we're seeing him considering Cancerella, which would be a pretty signal that you're going to end your turn, essentially.
I mean, it's considering what Yennefer is able to do here, it's not even that unreasonable to just try to spy and say, you want to play another card?
He's not going to rain fart into Joachim, is he?
Lots of options still here in round one.
Oh, there's
I'm going to
Yennefer.
go ahead and just play
Yeah, sorry.
Cancerella.
Cancerella.
He's got the Empress, aka Fake Siri.
Fake Siri, there we go.
The
Another shot goes on to
the
our big
original. The original name here.
Panda keeping up his human appearances by pretending to drink.
Pretending to need human needs.
There's the Vran that he probably wishes he'd had last round. And, yep, there we go. And all 4 golds out. We do have the Letho Regis combo for Mogwai here.
Well, this could be big. This could be big. Especially considering that there's going to be a big unit in Vran. He's going to be able to eat the eggs, and Mogwai might just allow that to happen now that he has, like,
Well, yeah, he
combo.
absolutely will. He'll let the eggs get eaten, and then he'll just nick the power. It's going to be an interesting one to see.
Mogwai's hand is pretty good.
Yeah, it certainly is. Joachim, Iris, Letho Regis combo serving Nova. Mogwai's like actually made something that resembles a Gwent deck. And Panda has Goliath.
Is Rainfarn pulling? I mean, I'm not sure if you remember exactly what Mogwai has in the deck, but with Iris and Joachim and Cantarella now already played, is Rainfarn pulling anything? Is there
Maybe an emissary?
Is there emissaries?
Is there an emissary left?
I guess we're gonna have to find out.
We are going to have to find out.
Lots on the line here.
Yeah, both players considering their next move. Imperial Forces no longer having that deploy effect. Can't pop an egg right now, but it does set up the engine for the rest of the round.
No longer having that deploy. It's too bad that they nerfed Enforcers, right? They took that strength away.
Haha, well memed, friend. So, yeah. Mogwai's got to time this right. He's got to let the Vran eat up. And then hopefully another Vran comes down and he can get both with Letho, but it's unlikely that they'd be next to each other.
In all seriousness, though, Merchant, what do you think about the finals coming up here with Adzikov versus Super JJ? Super JJ targeting Consume, Adzikov not having it. Do you think it's going to be very one-sided in this situation, or do you think it could actually be close?
I think Adzikov is playing on top form, which is really nice to finally see. And I think JJ's targeting something that isn't there.
Yeah.
So as much as, you know, obviously JJ's my teammate, and you know, maybe I'd prefer if it was the other way around. On paper, the advantage goes to Adzikov, right? On paper, the advantage goes to Adzikov.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I'm very happy both of them will be at next challenger. That's awesome. Adzikov, of course, won the qualifier to be there last time, which is fantastic.
Yeah, that's not easy.
But like, I think we've seen JJ's decks perform well against non-consumed decks, so I wouldn't exactly, you know, anywhere near write them out yet. But I would say it's like advantage Adzikov right now.
For sure. I mean, it's tough not to give that to him, but I was talking to JJ this morning. JJ he wanted to get to challenger.
Yeah, it's all about challenger, yeah.
You know, I was talking to, it's like, you know, your final opponent, if you're going to make it to the finals, isn't going to have Consume. Like, what do you think about that? And he's just like, well, you know, it is what it is. I got the challenger in that situation, so I'm very, very happy. So, you know, that's great. It's good that we're going to see JJ at the future challenger. The details, which are currently unknown, but I'm sure can be, if the bar is set at Mashna Castle, we can only assume just another insane production.
Yeah, it's going to be absolutely incredible. Challenger was phenomenal experience. I mean, everything you saw on camera was amazing, but like, actually being there for the week was just unreal. You know, being at the Witcher School and everything like that was just incredible. So I'm so excited for the next challenger. But we do have the final to decide the winner of Gwent Open, a pretty heavy prestige in itself. So yeah, I'm very much so looking forward to see. Look at this.
I mean, and we also know that there is going to be another Open before that challenger. So we're going to find out who players 3 and 4 are going to be at that Gwent Open. And then, of course, Freddie Babes will be invited back as he was the winner of the last challenger. There will be a qualifying tournament I believe that will determine another tier, and then I guess crown points will round that
Yeah,
out.
then it's the top crown point earner.
Yeah.
So it's 2 slots for the qualifier, top crown point earner Freddie, these 2 finalists, and the next 2 finalists of the Gwent Open in March. So if your favourite player didn't make it this time, don't worry, they have another chance in March, and then they have the wildcard qualifier too. And if they're up on crown points, and remember, if say like, I actually don't know what the crown points leaderboard looks like right now, but say Adzakov was top of it, he's already qualified, so it would go to the person in second, and they're on in the fourth.
Yeah, those crown points do end up mattering in a long term. Even a few of them that you can get from Gwent Slam. It's just always where if you want to compete seriously, you gotta have to try to go for as many as you possibly can, because that could make the difference depending on who qualifies. They just keep going down the list and get the next eligible
If not
person.
by strength.
Absolutely. So we're going to see Mogwai rolling into hoping to get a Letho target, but I just don't think he's going to get it. I mean, Jermaine's okay, right? But it's going to be a pretty lame Letho reject.
I think did Joaquim go? We were talking so much about Challenger, and this game is of no consequence for either person here. But was he able to put something back in the deck for Rainfire? Rainfire. I mean, Mogwai doesn't look too pleased with his hand.
I'm going to go ahead and go maybe.
Maybe.
All I know is my gut says maybe.
It's well, we're gonna find out right now.
Yes,
He did.
Ah, Fringilla Vigo is sitting around.
Ah, yes.
I mean,
And of course, we saw the Empress earlier, so not a common play from Rainfire, especially in a tournament landscape like Gwent Open.
I mean, this is like mine says Joaquim, heart says the Empress, right?
Yeah. Don't you want to just put it there? Especially knowing that the Yennefer's in there, you get a little extra buff on there. You can maybe block Commander's Horn.
Yeah.
Yeah, not bad.
We all make sacrifices. The Empire.
Panda respects that.
Empire, our cause. Here comes a pretty decent Triss Butterfly spell that can be answered by Letho.
It certainly can. He can Letho in between Ifrit and Triss Butterfly. It's not a horrible point swing, and it does disable that huge buffing. But like Commander's Horn, Yen, Goliath, there's a lot of points here. I just don't think Mogwai has the power to take this, even with Searing Over.
It's not looking good. Panda's already up 30 points in this situation. 30 points in
Siri's
2 cards.
20, right? So it's going to be an interesting one.
Well, I'm trying to make sure that everybody goes on.
Does Siri get eaten?
I mean, there's...
Judging by Panda's face, she might do.
Panda's thinking about what's possible here. Does she get... No, she does not.
It's just more targets for Yennefer. So Mogwai's trying to wait out the Yen to try and get as much value from Regis as possible. And Panda's actually going to go for it, which is surprising.
I mean, it's pretty good.
Oh, he's adding value to Letho is what I mean. Like if you dropped Goliath, it wouldn't have added value to the Regis. So there we go. There is Regis onto Letho.
Gets a little closer there, but I mean, Panda's already winning.
Goliath,
so BM,
MVP.
Panda, do the right thing. BM Mogwai, make him
BM
pay.
him, play
Make
everything.
him really feel it.
Rope him to 1 second and play
Rope
everything.
him. I mean, we do want to get to the finals, of course. He is going to make sure that he
There we
plays all the
go.
cards. Just grinding his heel into Mogwai.
Absolutely spectacular.
Oh, good. We get to make fun of Mogwai all night. That's good.
Certainly.
It's
Well,
better
we'd
this
have done
way.
that anyway,
It's
to be
easier.
fair.
We would have
We
done
would've
it
done
anyway.
that
Let's be honest, everybody. What a series.
Between these two players in the most inverted commas you've ever seen. Wonderful sportsmanship.
Good
Mogwai
sportsmanship
falling
here.
to the
After
might of
delicately
Panda.
placing Mogwai into the trash can, it's going to give him a hug, make him feel a little bit better. And now Mogwai,
Absolutely
dejected and defeated.
dumpstered.